Sharp 9 p.m. in India, ladies and gentlemen. Let's respect time. Let's start. All those people who are watching me on Zoom, thank you very much for joining here. In case if you're watching me on Facebook, thank you very much. Or YouTube, thank you very much. I think there is one thing common in all the people who are live right now, and that one thing is we really want to grow, right? Because we have taken birth in the country where if you really want to grow, you have to learn how to speak in this language fearlessly and fluently. Just like a mother tongue with a comfortable smile on our face. So let's respect time and let's learn how to speak in this language fearlessly and fluently. But if you have attended my sessions before also, you might have heard me saying this, that the number one learning in my life as a student of communication is this, that whenever we speak in front of people, it's very important for us to settle certain unsettled questions in the mind. If I'm not settling those questions, then those questions will take my attention away from the content. And if I'm not focused on the content, then how audience will be? So let me very quickly settle those questions. Question number one. Tell me, where are you from? Which city? Just type your city name in the chat box. Just type your city. Someone said, let's respect time. Yeah, of course. Let's type your city name in the chat box. Go ahead. Type your city name. Kolkata, Pune, Aurangabad, Chandigarh, Cuttack, Noida, Chennai, Delhi, Jodhpur, Kanyakumari, Akola, Patna. Don't be that person who has the answer in the mind but still not writing in the chat box. Those who are writing, thank you very much. But the reason, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sirs and madams, the reason I ask people to write city name, and I want you to read those city names because I want you to understand the power of technology. You sitting there, I sitting here, someone in Pondicherry, someone in Pune, Vapi, but we are still, someone from Pakistan, we are still connected and listening, and we are together. That's the power of technology. And we should say thank you to all those people who have played vital role in this technological evolution. Respectfully, I'm stopping the chat. What do you mean by that? You can still write to me, but it will be visible only to me, because the second thing which I've learned in public speaking thing, that it should not happen that you are doing something which takes audience attention away from the content. So if I keep the chat open, that will take your attention away. Chat is open. Sometimes I will close it. Sometimes I will open it. One more question, then we'll come to the point. The question is, tell me, how many of you are here who have already attended this session? Because I've been doing this session almost every few days, because it is so important for us to learn how to speak in this language fearlessly and fluently. Let me launch a poll and click on A if you have already attended this session. Click on A. Click on B, no, Praveen, I have not attended. A if you have already attended this session. B if you have not attended. A, you have. B, you have not. A if you have already attended this particular session. B if you have not. Okay, I'm happy. Almost 36% people said, Praveen, I have. And 64% people said no. So 64% people, thank you very much for coming, joining this live session on this important topic. And 36% people, if you have already attended, and if you're still coming and still listening to me, there has to be some genuine reason for that. So I respect that reason also. Thanks for your love. Thanks for giving your time. Now, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So let me come straight to the point. What we are going to do today. This session is divided in 2 parts. If you have attended my other sessions also, normally we take 2 things to learn everything. First, what is my association with this language? When did I learn this language, by the way? It is very important for you to learn, understand that, because the moment you understand that, then you will feel that if he can speak in English fearlessly and fluently, anyone on the planet Earth can speak. So what is my association with this language? Number 1. Number 2, during this journey, my learning journey, what are the 5 critical mindsets I have learned? Because these are the mindset, they help me to speak calm, composed with this language. I'm not at all dismissing the importance of you actually learning grammar, techniques, methods. I'm not at all. That is important. That is key. But there's so many people, they have this, but still not able to speak in English fearlessly and fluently. Example, there's so many people they can write in English very well, but moment it comes to speaking in front of people, especially at workplace, they are not very fearless and fluent. So what are the 5 mindset? So we'll take one by one, 5 mindsets too. Let's come to the first point. What is my association with this language? So for that, let's go slightly back on my memory lane when I was in school, because in school only we learn this language, right? We learn languages in school only. But I don't remember learning anything in school, forget language. Now, it is very easy to identify who are the kids who are very poor in studies in school. Those kids who fail in ninth standard. Because still ninth standard school can manage, but in ninth standard, the school community, they sit together and, okay, let's not push these kids because they might spoil the results of the school in 10th standard. So I was that child. So I failed in ninth standard. I was very clear, I'm not going to clear. And then I ran. It was all happening in Nasik. I ran to Mumbai. Spent 3 days there in Mumbai, in Dadar, 14 years old child, because in ninth standard, what's your age? 13, 14 years old? 3 days sleeping on the platform. That was a life crash course for me, 3 days crash course. Learn only two very critical thing, important things. Very quickly, let me share those two things with you. Number one, your existence on this planet Earth is not even noticeable without your family. We are zero without our family, number one. And number two, there is something called hunger. Many of us not, unfortunately, many of us not have that kind of experience where we are so hungry. But there is something called hunger, which is very difficult to manage. So I decided to come back. Took 2 years to complete my ninth standard, gone in 10th standard. And my father's expectation was only one thing, that Praveen at least clear 10th standard, because if you are stuck here, you are stuck in your life. I didn't give up. Yes. Let me show you my mark sheet, which will help you to understand my passion, my dedication, my commitment towards study. So this is my 10th standard mark sheet. My father was elated when he saw this. Few of you might be, for few of you, this might not be very impressive, but for my father, it was very. And you can see that almost all the subjects I was on border, 38, 47, 38, 45, Hindi I love. But there's something wrong here in maths. Because I remember after the maths paper, when I came outside and I was checking my maths score. How do you check maths score? You see that what are the sums and questions you have solved. So I calculated which are the sums questions I solved. And I thought, okay, if all the questions are correct, 100%, and if I calculate, still the summation was not more than 35. So someone who checked my maths paper was someone who's, thank you very much. The reason I'm sharing this with you, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't remember learning this language in school. Those who have attended my fear of public speaking session, they know this, what happened during my childhood and my perspective towards studies. So I will not go there, but I had some genuine reason not to study. Then what happened? I got this mark sheet, and then I found my first motivational trainer in my life, my mother. She said, sit down. I said, yes. She said, your brother is getting admission in engineering. I said, that's okay. Who wants to become engineer? He will get a good job. I said, okay, who wants a good job? He will get a good girl. I said, wait, that's serious. At the age of 14, 15, that's a very, right, correct. No, you're all hormonal imbalance and balance. I said, yeah. And unfortunately, we belong to that country where, ladies and gentlemen, you get good girl only when you're in science, at least in those days. If you're serious in your life, you have to take science. So I thought, or decided rather, I said, even I will take science. But this mark sheet was not allowing me to do that. But fortunately, there's one college in Nasik, in Panchavati area, in case if you're from that side of the world. And that college is like, if you don't get admission anywhere, you get there. I got admission in science, and very first year only, very first year, I found my girl. And we are living together. And ladies and gentlemen, she was the only reason for me to study. I started studying. I was number one in my college, by the way, in 11th standard. But we don't learn languages in 11th and 12th. We focus on something else. So I don't remember learning English there too. or I don't remember even speaking English there too, because if you are in that kind of college, you are not surrounded by those kind of students where they are speaking in English. No. Then after 12th standard, I went for graduation. There's a place called Pravra Rural College of Pharmacy in Loni. It's near Shirdi Sai Baba, for the interior of Maharashtra. In that college, forget the students. Even teachers rarely used to speak in English, very rarely. So 4 years, you don't learn. I was doing graduation in pharmacy. You don't learn English in pharmacy. Neither I was speaking because it's the interior of Maharashtra. Then I got selected as a medical representative, and I went to a place called Satara, Karad, Ratnagiri. Now, these are the small cities in Maharashtra where if you speak in English, they will say, don't act smart. Not required. So I don't remember even speaking in English or learning English during my 2 to 3 years of profession. And then suddenly I realized my girl, she's in Mumbai. So I thought I have to try my best to come to Mumbai to settle here because she is from here only. She came to Nasik because her parents could not able to manage her educational expenses, and there was one hostel in Nasik. So she was there in Nasik only for 11th and 12th. So she came back to Mumbai, and I thought even I have to come to Mumbai. So decided to write a letter to my boss in English that I'm interested to join marketing. Let me show that letter to you. That will help you to understand my level of English even after spending 2.5 years in the job. So this was a letter just a few days ago. My boss said, I will zoom this letter for you. This letter I wrote in 2003. And my boss said, Praveen, I was just going through my laptop and I saw your email. I just thought to share with you. Read this letter. Let me read this for you. After spending 2.4 years in the, forget the and all, organization, I have learned many things from pharma marketing. In my fieldwork, I always try to do something different so my customers can differentiate me from others. Now, carefully read the spelling of few of the examples I have to quote here. The spelling of quote here is COTE. Now, writing a letter to head office, and that to writing, you are always little good in writing compared to speaking. With the word quote, with that spelling, COT, that takes a lot. That shows your level of English. So I came to Mumbai with this language capacity. Came to Mumbai, big office, all lights out, all. Then I said, oh my God, that's a big thing. And suddenly I realized, I noticed that everyone here is speaking in English. Now, there's a difference between usage of this language at my place, in my cities, is like we use this language like pickle. Like we eat several things and then in between, we just take it, pickle. Now you speak in Marathi, and then in one line, okay, understood, pickle. But here, other languages like pickle, and then this English is like the main language. Is that there are still, I know some members from my team in Sipla, I don't remember listening to them in some other language. They always speak in English. I said, this is the language of expression. I can't express, I can't speak in English like this. There is a difference between you speaking in this language only about the technical content. If you're an engineer, you might speak in English and deliver all the technical content, but the very application of language is no conversation. So the difference between delivering the technical talk and building conversation with the language. And this started happening then. I was sitting in the office, in the small conference room, brainstorming meeting, people talking to each other. Everyone is sharing something, putting the thoughts on the table. I have idea. I have thoughts. Praveen, would you like to share something? Yes, I want to, but what if I speak incorrectly? What if I'm not able to make that sentence correctly? What you will think that he can't even speak a single line in English? Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you are here who have similar kind of experience that yes, Praveen, unfortunately at workplace, because we have to speak in this language, sometimes I hesitate to speak fluently because I have to speak in English. Click on A. Click on it. Yes, Praveen, sometimes even I face problem that I'm not able to speak fluently because of this language. Not able to express fluently. Click on B if you say, no, Praveen, this is not my problem. A, if this is the problem. B, if this is not your problem. A or B, A or B. Okay, let me end the poll and let me share the results. Okay, let me share the results. 95% people and 5% people. In case if you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, you might not able to see the poll pop up, but 95% people. What do you mean by that? Hundreds of people are here. Statistics are statistics. Whether I'm talking to 300 people or 30,000 people, the statistics remains the same. What do you mean by that? Out of 10, 9 people in India, they struggle to express, because how can you express if you don't have command on the language? The basic requirement to express is the language. And that's the reason, ladies and gentlemen, so many times I've seen so many people, they're not able to grow, able to climb that ladder of maybe in entrepreneurship or maybe in job, just because they are not able to express effectively. So I thought, let me learn. It's very important for me to learn this. So then what happened? I said, if I am not learning this, forget surviving, forget thriving, I will not able to survive also. So every day I used to go from Bandra station, from Mumbai Central. Mumbai Central is a place where Cipla has an office. And then my home was the Hisar. The Hisar is a place which is towards the suburb of Mumbai. And every day when I was traveling, commuting in the local train, standing at the door, you might have seen that more typical Mumbai local train. And I was looking towards one poster, a big hoarding, Bandra English speaking classes. For the first time in my life, maybe around 29, 30 years old, for the first time in my life, I realized the time has come where I have to learn English. So I decided to get down one day, reached there, knocked the door. One girl was sitting down. I said, I want to join English speaking classes. She said, what you do? I said, I'm a manager in Cipla. She said, good. Then we have one executive batch, and all the managers and the executive can, they sit together and they learn. I said, I have a problem. She said, what? I said, I don't remember learning English in my life. I don't remember noun, pronoun, adjective, adverbs. I was never attentive. Forget the name. I don't remember even the face of my teacher, English teacher. She said, yeah, that's a problem then. Because executive is only for those people who just want a little refresh. Then you should join the basic batch. And she said, that's a problem in the basic batch for you to join. I said, what? She said, basic batch is all small kids. 11, 12, 13, 14-year kids. I said, that's not a problem for me. I'm a shameless boy. I can learn. And that was the first genuine attempt from my side to learn this language, maybe at the age of 30, 31. Then I completed that course. It was only for 1 month, all the assignments and everything they gave. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sirs and madams, what I've realized in life, when we invest proper time on one skill, language is a skill. Even for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, little time, you got a significant improvement. Significant. It's just a language. So I was very dedicated and committed to all the assignments and everything what they were giving to me. And then within 2 to 3 months, I found at least a respectable command on this language, that at least when I have something to share, at least I'm able to share. Okay, I'm still making that line in the mind, not spontaneously and speaking subconsciously, but still at least I'm making the line in the mind, validating it. Yes, it's correct. And then at least speaking. Then that was okay, sufficient for me for many years of my life, for many years. But there's something happened just 3 years ago. I fall in love with public speaking. And then one peculiar problem with public speaking, which no other skill has. There's one problem with public speaking. Let me ask that question. Let me frame the question very correctly first. There is one problem with public speaking, which no other skill has. Unique problem. You can develop any skill, but moment you try to develop public speaking skills, you will face this problem. Tell me, what is that problem? Type in the chat. What is that problem? Tell me, what is that problem according to you? Type in the chat. What is that problem according to you? One peculiar, unique problem. Fear. Fear is with many things. Fear is, you attend my fear of public speaking, you will change the way you look towards fear. Fear is nothing but the presence of thoughts in your mind. Fear is with everything. It's not only with public speaking. Anxiety. No, listen to my question very correct. My question is, there is one problem which helps you to build that skill, build public speaking skills. Lack of confidence, formation of sentence, fear, confidence, ugly look, fear of others' opinion. Okay, understand this. Lack of command over the language, unable to make the correct structure. Okay, let me respectfully stop the chat. You can still write to me. Understand one thing. How do you develop any skill? Not public speaking, any skill. Skills means repetition. You repeat one thing again and again. And when you repeat one thing again and again, it becomes so routine for you that you do that subconsciously. Example, you start learning car and you do repeat again and again, again and again, then you drive subconsciously. That's called skill, right? Correct? Without repetition, you cannot develop any skill. So how do you repeat public speaking skills? To develop public speaking skills, you have to repeat public speaking. Correct? You have to practice public speaking. Repetition means practice. Do it, do it, do it, do it. How do you practice public speaking? Where is public? Where is public? Now, someone will say, Praveen, public is in my office. Sometimes I speak in front of office. I'm a manager, I'm a leader, this and that. Okay, so imagine that you're a cricketer. Imagine for a moment, you're a cricketer and you're playing a match against Australia. Is that a real match or a practice match? So when you're speaking in front of your colleagues, that's a real match. That's not practice. No, so you will say that, Praveen, I practice inside my bedroom, in front of my mirror and all that. You're practicing without public. You might be very good in front of mirror alone, but moment you stand in front of public, you're a different person. You practicing alone without public, public speaking is as good as you practicing swimming without water. So the unique issue with public speaking is, where do I practice? Where is the public? Public is there on social media. It's there on social media, isn't it? So when I fall in love with public speaking skills, I thought, let me practice whatever the techniques and methods which I'm learning public speaking, and let me make videos and practice on social media. So I had two options. When I decided that I should practice on social media, I had two options. Either I make videos in Hindi, because public speaking has nothing to do with English. Even Chinese, they speak in front of public. Japanese, they speak in front of public. So either I speak in Hindi and share whatever I want to share, or I speak in English, but I was not very comfortable with. Not comfortable with. 3 years ago, I was not at all comfortable. So this is the thumb rule I have in my life. That when you have two options, easy and difficult, choose the difficult one. If you're standing in front of staircase and escalator, always choose the staircase. It is difficult, but always beneficial. Choose the difficult option. You are just reaching where you want to reach in your life. Choose the easy one. You might be a part of a crowd because maximum are choosing the easy one too. So I decided, okay, let me choose English. And if you see, there is only one video in Hindi on all hundreds of videos I might have made in last few years. Only one video in Hindi. And that video was, the title of that video, Hindi video was, कि 40 साल के उम्र तक अंग्रेजी से क्यों डरता रहा? Why I was scared of English for almost 40 years of my life. So to be very precise, when I realized 3 years ago that I should learn public speaking skills, practice public speaking skills, then I thought, no, the time has come where I have to appoint a mentor now. With this, English is very difficult for me to make videos. So I appointed a mentor, a personal mentor, and it was a 3-month course. Every week, Thursday, she used to come, she used to teach me. That was the second attempt of my life. 3 months, I learned again this language. So to be very precise answer to that question, probably, when did you learn this language? I didn't learn in school. I learned in the school of life from the mentors. But if I can speak in English fearlessly and fluently, anyone on the planet Earth can speak. And it is important. It's not something which is optional if you really want to grow. So 24 minutes we have taken just to help you to understand that what is my association with this language. But the only reason is this: if I can do, even you can do. You can do better than me. Now let's understand 5 mindset which I have learned, acquired, collected during this journey. And these are the 5 mindsets which are really helping me to speak fearlessly and fluently. Let's take one by one. One question coming in my mind, and let me settle that question via poll. Tell me how many of you are sitting here along with the notebook. Click on A. Notebook and pen is there to write, Praveen. Click on it. Click on B. No, Praveen. Notebook and pen is not there to take any kind of notes. A or B? A, you have. B, you don't have. A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay. Let me end the poll and let me share the results with you. 63% they have. Congratulations. And 37%, yeah. In case if you don't have notebook and pen, you must be having some kind of other note-taking device. If case not, make sure you're taking mental notes. I want you to just write 5 words. These are 5 words, 5 mindsets. We'll take word by word, mindset by mindset. The first thing, very important thing, which really helps me to speak in this language fearlessly, is I strongly believe in this, that whenever I'm speaking in this language, there are chances that I will do mistakes. There are chances that I will do mistakes. Because there are more than 6,000 languages on this planet Earth. English is just one language. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening with this language? Let's understand with the help of few examples. I remember when I went to Vipassana for 10 days, Vipassana where you go, you learn meditation, and you have to submit all your devices, and of course. So my device, my mobile was not there with me. And then before going to Vipassana, I uploaded 1 or 2 videos. And I came after 10 days and I was just out of curiosity scrolling through my timeline. I thought, hey, I saw one video got more than 200, 300 comments. I said, what's so special about this video? And then I critically observed, there was one gentleman, he said, in that video, there was a line, one of my friend. It should be one of my friends. S was missing. So he wrote, Praveen, it's not one of my friend, it is one of my friends. First learn English. I said, I've never told in this video that I'm teaching you English. And that video was not even on public speaking. It was completely on something else. And then many people have reacted to this. Yeah, first he should learn it now. Nowadays, anyone can come and they can teach. Hurry. I speak in Marathi, I also make mistakes. I speak in Hindi, I also make mistakes. Imagine I'm making the same video in Hindi and making this minor mistake. Will you comment on that small mistake? What is the logic of we expecting from ourselves that we should speak? Or sometimes we expecting from others also that we should speak in English 100% correctly. Is it really possible to speak in any language 100% correctly? When the language itself is such a complex subject. There is one video where someone said, Praveen, the way you have pronounced question is not correct. There are X number of syllables in question. I said, okay, let me go on YouTube. There's a 15 minutes video on YouTube, how to pronounce question. I said, what's wrong with these people? Tell me, let me ask this question in the poll and understand from your perspective too. Tell me, how many of you think that, Praveen, yes, sometimes we see this kind of comments where people, even though the person is not commenting or not doing something on English, still we have a habit of correcting people, or we see people, they have a habit of correcting other people on English. Click on A. Click on A. Click on B. No, Praveen, we have never seen this, we have never witnessed this. A or B? A or B? A or B? Click on A if you agree with this. Click on B if you don't agree with this. A or B? Okay, let me end the poll and let me share the results with you. 89% people. 11% people, they said, oh, they don't. 89% people. 10 out of 9 people. 9 out of 10 people, they're good. So ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, don't do this if you have your parents. Unfortunately, we have seen this in childhood. Imagine there's a Gujarati small child. If speaking in Gujarati, doing mistakes, no problem. But moment speaking in English, we are there to correct. It's just a language. So the number one thing which I have, my mindset is, which is beyond, which is really helping me, to speak in this language comfortably, that I have accepted this, especially in India, that we all have our own lingo. We all have our own style. I'm not at all saying that there's speaking correctly or pronouncing words correctly or respecting grammar is incorrect. No, no, of course, we have to do that. I'm not at all dismissing the importance of all that. I'm not denying that. But when you speak, there is a scope of doing mistake. Example, take this word, which is a very difficult word, just not to pronounce, but also to live, entrepreneurship. Now, take people from various parts of the country and you yourself blindfold yourself. You blindfold yourself and take people from Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Punjab, Tamil, or Telugu, Kannada, all different languages people, and make them stand in front of you. You close your eyes. You close your eyes and ask them to pronounce this word entrepreneurship. I must tell you, based upon pronunciation only, you can tell he belongs to which region. I've heard so many versions of this word: entrepreneurship, 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 entrepreneurship. So many versions of this word. This word or this pronunciation can itself can be used as a local identifier. You belong to which region? How many of you agree with this? Yes, Praveen, you are traveling with me on this knot, that we pronounce this word differently. Click on it. Yes, Praveen. We have heard several versions of these words. Click on it. Or click on it. No, Praveen, I have not heard. If you have. If you have not. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the question is 98% people. The question is not what is the correct pronunciation of the word. Of course, we should learn. But if someone is saying entrepreneurship, if you have understood what that person is saying, it's done. What is the logic of correcting that person? Even though it's your responsibility to pronounce it correctly, I'm not denying that. But my point is that difference in pronunciation, that small mistake or that difference should not be considered as deficient. That difference should not be considered as deficient. It's just a small difference in pronunciation. It's just a small mistake. The very application of language is to convey something. And when you are using this language to convey something, there is a scope of doing a mistake. So number one word, which I want you to write, ladies and gentlemen, all those people who have notebook, the first mindset is write down this word that I will speak in English. And when I'm speaking in English, like any other language, there is a scope of doing mistake. No problem in that. Yes, I will make sure that I'm learning it, spending enough time, energy, money, resources, learning it, but mindset I'm talking about, yeah, I can do a mistake, no problem. You take my last 33 minutes of video, give it to some English teacher, she will or he will find many mistakes. Absolutely okay. First mindset, mistake, absolutely okay. Second mindset, but why? Why we are so sensitive about mistakes only in English and not in other languages? Why? Why? Think about it. I thought about it. As a student of language, as a student of communication, I thought about it. Let's understand why with the help of this simple language, a simple example. Imagine for a moment, I will help you give you some visual so your imagination is vivid enough. So imagine for a moment that you are sitting in this flight. Air hostess is coming, right? They're coming and you're observing that air hostess is coming. And then you're also listening now that air hostess is saying, would you like to take something, sir? Would you like to take something, ma'am? What would you like to take? Would you like to take something? And you're listening passively. You're just overhearing everything. And then she comes near to you and there is someone sitting next to you. She asks, would you like to take something? And then you are busy or pretending you are busy and then waiting that she will ask. And then she looks towards you, top to bottom, bottom to top. And she says, sir, aap kuch loge? And then you feel, oh my God, why is she speaking to me in Hindi? Am I not projecting that image that even I can speak in English? Wait a minute. Let me launch a poll that Praveen, yeah, even I will feel slightly awkward if with everyone she's speaking in English, but if with me speaking in Hindi, I will feel slightly awkward. Click on A. Click on it. Click on B. No, no, Praveen, I will not. A, yeah, Praveen, yeah, honestly speaking, I will. Right? B, I will not. A or B. A or B. A or B. Let me end the poll and let me share the result. So 85% people and 15% people, they say, Praveen, of course, will not, but 85% people, 8 people out of 10 people in this country, they feel awkward when someone is not speaking with that person in this kind of scenario in English. Why? Why? Have you ever thought why? Because we think that if I'm speaking in English, it means I'm projecting a good image, right? If I'm speaking in good English, good image. But if that's the truth, then the opposite of that has to be the truth. That if I'm not speaking in good English, it means it's bad for my image. So indirectly at subconscious level, when someone is speaking to you in this kind of scenario, you feel bad because you think that it's not good for my image. It's spoiling the image. Why? But why we have associated English with our image? There are so many people in India, they don't know how to speak in their native language. They don't feel bad about it. They don't feel bad about it, but they can't speak in English. They feel bad about it. Why? So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand why. Several reasons behind that. First reason, you have to understand the history of this country. In our country, we have seen that when Britishers came, it's so logical, so easy to understand. When Britishers came, and they were not there for 1 day, 2 days, for a few months, they were there for many years. And if someone is ruling any country for many years, they play or they influence the culture of that country. Correct? So Britishers' language was English, of course, and few Indians who could able to speak in English, they were gaining respect from Britishers. It's just like you go to China and you start speaking Chinese. Of course, they will respect you, isn't it? That you are speaking my language. And other Indians started observing, oh my God, this person can speak in English, and Britishers are respecting. So even they were respecting. So that has become the culture of this country, that you speak in English, you gain respect. But Britishers have left, if I'm not wrong. Why? Why we are accepting this culture? See, there's a difference between accepting the culture and following the culture. What do you mean by that? Like, we have to accept this culture that all the men on this planet Earth, most of them, if they are men, they go to saloon almost every month and they cut their hairs. What is the logic? Any sense, any logic? When they cut their hair. Why? That's a culture. There's no logic of challenging that culture. Accept it, but not necessarily to follow it. Not necessarily to follow it. I have the longest hair in my family, by the way, longer than my wife and even my mother. I accept it. I'm not challenging. Cut hairs, your hairs. I accept, I don't follow. Similarly, accept it that image is associated with this, with language, English in India, but you should not feel from inside. You have to understand why. Moment you understand why, then you will say, okay, that's a reason, but I don't associate image with English. Just because I'm good in English, that doesn't mean that my image is good, or bad, image is bad. No. So one reason you have to understand, that the reason why people associate image with English is, of course, because of the culture, because of the British people. And another reason, when I was critically observing it, even though sometimes we see it or we ignore it, but that played a very vital role in a conditioning. And that is movies. Many of us, especially those who are in 70s and born in those, we have heard this: I can talk English, I can walk English, I can run English, because English is a very funny language. So much of importance given to this language. So much of importance, so much of fear associated, injected into this language. Throughout the childhood, we have seen in movies, Bollywood played a very vital role. Many of us, we are scared of police mainly because of Bollywood. It's like we have seen so many movies where the police is not good. Oh, scared. At subconscious level, it has played a vital role. So, ladies and gentlemen, we belong to that country where, in those days, in movies, I used to feel that, why they are, it's like if there's a dialogue in Hindi, chale jao yahan se, get out from here. मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ. I love you. And why you're speaking in English again? We understand Hindi. So much of importance given to English, ladies and gentlemen. So that has become the culture now, unfortunately. Don't worry. Accept it. Can't challenge it. You challenging this culture that no, Praveen, I don't challenge. No, but don't follow it. From mindset point of view, make sure that you are not feeling like this. You know that, okay, just a language. I am not going to fall in this trap. I'm going to accept it, but I'm not going to follow this. For me, English is not at all associated with image. Accept it, but do not follow it. So next time when you speak good English, don't feel good about it. Just the language. It's a responsibility to learn the language of the country in which we are living. The language which is required, a primary language. What a big deal in that? What do you have to learn? Second word, I want you to write it down to understand the mindset required to speak in this language fearlessly and fluently is image. Think about it. Meditate on this point. There's no connection of my ability to speak in English and image. Let's move forward. Let's understand the third word. Tell me, let me ask this question in the poll only. How many of you think the third mindset, let me put this in the correct context, that English is a foreign language? Click on A. That English is a foreign language, click on A. Click on B. No, it's not a foreign language. A, if it is a foreign language. B, if it is not a foreign language. A, if it is. B, if it is not. A or B. A or B. Okay. 83% people, they feel that it's a foreign language, and 17% people, they feel it's not a foreign language. Okay. One of the key reasons you might be feeling this, that it's a foreign language, because Britishers, they came, they invaded India. And we feel that Britishers came, and then because of that, we had to adopt this language. But Britishers invaded more than 90% of the countries on this planet Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, there are hardly few countries who could able to escape. Only these countries, more than 90% countries were invaded by Britishers. Only these few countries, hardly few countries could able to escape the invasion. So we are not special. We are not different than other countries. So feeling like this, no. Understand one thing from a psychological point of view. Moment you say something is foreign, it means you can't accept it. It's foreign. It's not mine. You can't embrace it. You can't love it. Or how can you speak in this language fearlessly and fluently if you're not falling in love with it? It's a beautiful language. You have to fall in love with this language. But it's foreign language, it's not mine. It's just like you loving the neighbor's child. It's not possible. Unless until you're not adopting it, that is yours. But I don't know why people don't adopt this. It's very difficult to understand, knowing the fact that we are the second largest consumer of this language. The reason why people don't adopt, which according to me, I don't know why we not think like this, or why we should not all, I will ask in the poll only whether we should or we should not, right? Think like this, that we have not taken birth in one country. Rather, we have taken birth on planet Earth. For some purpose, there are some geographical lines and this and political boundaries, but we have just taken on birth on planet Earth. There's nothing called foreign and mine and yours. If you have that mindset, don't you feel that the world is a much better place to live? As a traveler, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason I strongly believe in traveling, because I feel that if I'm taking the last breath at this point of time also, I should not feel that, oh my God, I have not seen this planet only. I'm not going to visit this planet Earth again just because I've taken birth in Mumbai or maybe in Maharashtra or in India, that doesn't mean that I have to just stay there only. Can't I just move on and enjoy the planet? Can't we have this kind of feeling that there is only one world? And moment you have only one world, then that is enough to develop that kind of feeling for you. Okay, that's not the language of British and this and that. That's the that's just a language. Just a language. Tell me how many of you, let me launch a poll. Tell me how many of you, yes, Praveen, the world will be a much better place to live if you think like this, that we have not taken birth in one country, city, we have taken birth on planet Earth. Click on it. Click on it. Click on it. No, Praveen, I don't agree. A, agree. B, don't agree. A, agree. B, don't agree. I'll tell you the reason why. I I will tell you the reason why maybe afterwards, that what made me giggle. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mindset, from a mindset point of view, make sure you think like this, that no, it's just a language. It's not a foreign language or Indian language or that language or this language, just a language. Because when you say it's a language, you love it. Okay. So I want you to write the third mindset, which is foreign. Form. Write down that word. I will tell you then why I'm asking you to write these words, and then we'll come back on all the five words. Write down the word foreign. Then the another mindset which is required to speak in this language fearlessly and fluently is, many of us, even though you were very good in studies, but unfortunately, you didn't find good teachers who could able to educate you correctly, or maybe you didn't have that conducive atmosphere where you could able to speak, because like any other language, this language has to be spoken to develop or to reach one kind of fluency. So you didn't have that kind of atmosphere at home, didn't have anyone with whom you can speak in English. So many of us during childhood, during college, or during educational period, or during the majority of the lifespan, we could not able to learn or practice this language. But now we are in profession, correct? And then suddenly one day you realize that, okay, my current capacity of this language is stopping me from growing. Right? And then you decide that let me learn now, and you join English speaking classes. My question to you is this. Tell me, imagine for a moment that you are a manager and then you join English speaking classes. You join English speaking classes. You're a manager. You join English speaking classes. How many of you will be comfortable going to office? Imagine you're sitting on the dining table or maybe in the office along with your colleagues, comfortable in telling and informing and sharing this information with everyone. Hey, excuse me, you know what? I've just recently joined English speaking classes and you're a manager. How many of you will comfortable click on A or click on B? No, Praveen, I will rather keep it secret. I will not be comfortable in sharing with the people. A, if you are comfortable. B, no, Praveen, I will rather not share with people. A, if you are. B, if you are not. A or B, A or B. Okay, let me end the poll and let me share the results. 63% people and 38% people. If you ask me, when I joined, I was not comfortable. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's the attitude we have towards learning certain things. The attitude is that in the school of life, learning is not required. Organized learning I'm talking about, where you are actually going and learning something. Many of us, we just try to learn on the desk or we try to learn from the work. Example, many of us, they use Microsoft Excel at workplace, but they don't learn Microsoft Excel. They don't do any proper certified course. Many people, very small percentage of people they do, even though they use Microsoft Excel, but they don't do any kind of course. They feel that I will learn during the work. That's the real learning. But that's not the correct attitude towards life. If you don't in the school of life, if you're not a student, if you're not learning in an organized way, finding the correct people, correct mentor to learn very selective skill is very difficult to grow. Very difficult to grow. So, ladies and gentlemen, one reason why many people, even senior people, they are not able to speak in English. First, because they feel that, yes, I know I can't speak in English, but it's too late for me to learn now. Learning has to be in school and college. Who learns English in 30s and 40s? I am the CEO of the company. You're asking me to learn English. Come on, give me a break. They have this attitude. I can manage, I can speak. And because of that, many people are stuck in their career. But the attitude should be this, that I've spent almost 20, 21 years in my life in school, even you, 20, 21 years, right? Or maybe more than that in school or college, to do only one thing, to learn only one thing. And that one thing is that there are many subjects which I'm not interested in, but still I have to learn. So I was learning how to learn even if I don't want to learn. Sine theta, cos theta, who was interested? At least I was not. Learn. So even if you're not interested, you have to learn it. That's a skill. Because in the school of life, then you have an option of selecting correct skills, irrespective of you are interested or not interested, you have to learn. You have to learn. So if English is stopping you, the time has come. You have to develop that attitude that the only way I can grow in my life if I am the student of life. I remain student throughout the life. And when I say student, actually going and learning from someone. Without a teacher, student is incomplete. So make sure you learn it. Now you say, Praveen, I learn from only practice. People have this attitude too. Understand what is the difference between just this kind of learning and learning in an organized way. Imagine for a moment that you want to learn swimming, husband and wife wants to learn swimming. Husband knows how to swim, and wife said, will you teach me swimming? No, husband can't say no, right? Can't say no. So this is how husband will teach swimming to wife. No, they hold hand and paddle. They take them now. Say, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, all that, right? That's one kind of education learning going on. If you appoint a proper trainer and if you take a 30 days course on swimming, first 7 days, they will tell you, hold that small, maybe that bar or maybe that wall, the edge, hold it, try to stay afloat and paddle it. Just do that for 3 to 4 days or even for 7 days. We feel bad, what are you doing? Where is swimming? No, you have to do that because a trainer understands the importance of that. Then they will ask you to control your breath. Then they will go gradually. There's a proper training. If you really want to develop one skill, it has to be learned from the correct person. That attitude has to be there in the school of life, that what are the subjects and who are the trainers and teachers for that subject. So we don't have that attitude. Want me to develop that attitude? You are growing in your life. So ladies and gentlemen, the fourth mindset which I want you to develop, if you really want to speak in English fearlessly and fluently, write down this word, attitude. What is your attitude towards English? Or what is your attitude towards the language? The next mindset, very important. Many of us, we want to speak fluently. Many of us, that's a dream of many people. What do you mean by fluently, by the way? You're not thinking in your mind that what you have to speak, rather you're just speaking fluently. Right? Now, there are various techniques and methods of doing that. One is, of course, if you're learning English, there are techniques and methods. But mindset is one thing, techniques and methods are another thing. What techniques? Example, one way of improving fluency is vocabulary. But I must tell you, it's a very weak technique to improve your fluency. Many of us, what we will do, we take that small diary and then we keep writing words and then we feel so happy. Yes, I know the meaning of this word, very difficult word, but Are you really using that word in your day-to-day conversation? The whole essence of building your vocabulary or the need is to improve your communication, fluency, expression of thought. But are you using that? Vocabulary has its own importance. I'm not denying that. But if you really want to improve fluency, more than vocabulary, you have to work on phraseology. That's a technique, science of phrases. What do you mean by phraseology? It's like you're watching movie, and then when you're watching movie, you like one phrase. They said, hey, that's a good phrase. And I see I using this phrase in my life because maybe you're a manager and you're watching a movie where the manager is speaking to others. Hey, I like this phrase. When I'm a manager, I can use it. You write that phrase. Write that phrase. And then make a small jar like this. Keep writing, keep writing, keep writing small phrases, which you think that matching your personality, put in the jar. And every day just empty the jar on the ground, read the phrase, skip it, read the phrase, skip it. Already you know because you love that phrase. You have not just taken that word and build your vocabulary, you like it. Similarly, slowly when you are building your own phrase bank, when I say phrase example, one phrase, if I have to give example, let me pick from here only what phrases I know, which when I was watching something, I just liked it. So let's take this phrase. You're over explaining now. That's a phrase. Or there are 6,000 different languages on this planet Earth. I might have used this phrase today too. There are 6,000 languages. This came subconsciously from my mind when I use that. Or no one dismiss the value of this see, you might have heard this saying me several times, 2 to 3 times. I'm not dismissing the value of that. I'm not dismissing the importance of learning. I'm just randomly picking from here. So my fluency is coming from here. So ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to improve your fluency, techniques and methods, but let's focus on mindset today. Let's focus on mindset. What do you mean by fluency from a mindset perspective? We are not using this language at home. We are using this language at workplace. Workplace is always stressful situation most of the time when you are speaking in front of your colleagues or with colleague or with your bosses. Always there's some degree of stress. Accept it. Now, the content at workplace is always sometimes complex, unstructured, fresh, new. There's a difference between you sitting with your mother and speaking and with your boss. Correct? Now, on one hand, the content is slightly different, unique, unstructured. On other hand, you have to use the language that you're not comfortable with. So when we speak at workplace with this language and when we are slightly disfluent or not fluent, then we feel that, okay, I'm not able to speak fluently. My problem is the language. But if you critically observe, the problem is not the language. The problem is you're not fluent with your thoughts. Your thoughts are not organized. And many times we give credit to a language that because I'm not fluent. Arey, do this exercise. Quickly come to your mother tongue or your other language. Many times you will observe that you're still not able to speak fluently, even if you're using your own language, because language is just a vehicle to deliver the content. Content is still there in your mind. If content is not fluent, you can't speak fluently. So many times I've observed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sirs and madams, that fluency or disfluency is not because of the language, it's because of unorganized thought. So write down the last mindset, that fluency, write down that word, fluency. For fluency, of course, I'm not dismissing the importance of learning the language, but you have to be very clear with your thoughts. So if you have written all those 5 words, mistake, image, foreign, attitude, and fluency, and if you just take the first word from letter from each, it's MIFAF, that is, am I fearless and fluent? If yes, if you are fearless and fluent with this language, congratulations. If not, Now tell me, how many of you are here hungry and thirsty? The Praveen, tell us what is the strategy to speak in English fearlessly and fluently. Love to know that, because even we want to grow in our life, click on A if you want to know that strategy. Praveen, tell us what is the strategy. If you want to adopt, you want to speak in English fearlessly and fluently. Click on it. Click on B. No, Praveen, I'm not interested. A or B, A or B, A or B, A or B. Okay. 100% people, they're saying, Praveen, yes, we are interested. So let's understand what is the strategy. Strategy, you have to dismantle this language. As a child, as a boy, whenever my mama or dad used to give a car, I used to dismantle it to understand it. And then, of course, you have to learn how to assemble it too. But when you disintegrate, when you dismantle, when you break, when you understand layer by layer, then the learning is easy. So let's understand how you can learn this language layer by layer. The way we make cake, similarly, layer by layer, we can learn this language. Let's understand what are the layers and who are the trainers who will help you to learn that layer. Layer number one, which is the most important layer, which is a strong foundation which will help you to speak in English subconsciously. What do you mean by subconsciously? You don't have to think in your mind in your own language and all that. You're just speaking it spontaneously. For that, there is something called learning acquisition device. You have to activate that device. Only Homo sapiens has that. The only way to do that is doing several kind of listening activities. So we have one very special trainer who is expert in helping people to develop that subconscious approach towards English. Very experienced trainer in English, but her role and expertise at Fearless and Fluent English is helping the members to activate their learning acquisition device by doing several activities so they can speak in English subconsciously with their current capacity. You cannot improve English, you can't develop this language unless and until you don't start speaking with your current capacity, whatever your capacity is. That is number one layer. Number two layer, no, we don't accept any mistake, even a small dot. It has to be spotless. And the layer of grammar. So we have Charu madam for that. I must tell you, her passion, her commitment towards grammar is unmatched. She not only covers traditional grammar, even modern grammar. And the problem with grammar, which even I faced, is many times the lack of awareness about certain grammar rules stops you to express. Helping you. You don't know that in that, how can I explain this situation in this particular, this past, present, and this have been, had been, this been. Oh my God. Get it clear. How? What is the strategy? I will tell you. But the second layer is grammar. The third layer is fluency. The only reason why we are doing this or one of the reasons why we are doing this, because we want to be fluent. The best way is phraseology. And there's several other things, but phraseology is the key. Karishma, she's a queen of phraseology. And I must tell you, she's a polyglot. Polyglot means she has learned as a proper student several languages, including Spanish, French. So someone who can speak in more than 3 languages is called polyglot. So she loves languages. Her calling is language. So she will teach you how to build your phrase bank. Then, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what, but we always want those cherries and berries, class, that flavor. So for that, we have a very experienced person from the industry, very well-known trainer. She has spent a huge time in corporate, and now she is training people, business executives, how to add that flavor, that class, that when you are standing in front of people, they should feel that, yeah, he has a style to speak, right? There are techniques and methods to do that, by the way. She will teach you that. Step by step, you will learn. Layer by layer, you will learn. And when you learn layer by layer, it becomes a cakewalk. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one question must be coming in your mind, Praveen, all this is okay. But what is the cost? Before cost, understand the strategy. What is the structure? All these four people, all these four trainers, we have a blended hybrid training approach. First, live also and recorded also. Why recorded? Because first you have to invest a little time and clearing the foundation. So I will give you the live access to Fearless and Fluent English Library, which has more than 25 hours of content in a very organized way. I will show you that afterwards, but very quickly. First, to get access to library where you can learn in an organized way as per your own convenience. But unless and until you're not practicing, learning is of course is there. You will get a proper mobile application, Android and iOS both, even the web version. But along with that, you have to practice. So you will get access to closed private Facebook community where all the trainers are giving certain assignments where you have to speak there. Without speaking, you cannot develop this. But in a correct, in a very innovative and creative way, you have several activities which will help you to express and speak. And third, if you're really learning and practicing, then you will have doubts. Every week, Wednesday 7 p.m., you can meet one trainer. So they not only clear your doubts on everything, because even though they have one critical or one responsibility at FFE, but they all are English trainers. So they can answer all the questions, but they also educate you more on their subject, on their layer. So 90 minutes, Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8:30. Praveen, everything is okay, but what is the cost? Four trainers are there in just 9,999 per year, and you get rid of this language problem, English. But we are in live webinar. If there is no discount in live webinar, then it's as good as you going to Bata shop and they're saying no discount today. I say, give me a break. There's a Bata shop. So in live webinar, I have to give discount, right? So I will give discount. Discount for those people who say, Praveen, okay, now I've understood. I will take my own sweet time and I will do it. For those people, discount is 4,999 per year. Take your time. But there are a few people who say, no, Praveen, I'm waiting for this. This is something which I need. I want to grow in my life. Those who are taking quick decision now in next 20 minutes, the discount is not 1,999 per year. I'm also just not giving you the discount on money, but I'm also giving discount on something which is more important than money, and that is time. I'm giving in just 1,999 lifetime access, but only for 20 minutes. And those people who have attended my live webinar before, they know that after 20 minutes, the link which I'm sharing with you will not show the same discount. Right? So the link I have pasted, let me paste the link. Those people who are watching me on YouTube, at the same time, those people who are watching me on Facebook. But ladies and gentlemen, meanwhile, if you have any question, any doubts, make sure you are writing in the chat. As soon as I start the timer, within 20 minutes, I'm going to close the discount. 20 minutes, you will get in just 1,999, that to lifetime access. Okay, let me paste the link on other platforms too. Then I will explain how you can watch what content is all there by clicking on the link which I have just shared. Meanwhile, any question, any doubts? Otherwise, my humble request, if 1,999 is not going to shake your financial stability, make sure you are just taking your debit card and credit card out and entering into Fearless and Fluent community. Okay, let me put the message on YouTube. Those people are watching me on YouTube. The link is there on YouTube too. within my capacity. Let me pin it so it's there on the top. Any question, any doubts, you can type in the chat box. I'm also pasting the link on Facebook. In case if you're watching me on Facebook, I'm pasting the link there too. Then I will see what questions you have. Then I have to respect time. Then I will start the timer. I will show you in case if you want to see what are the different topics they have covered. I will show you that. Give me a second. Okay. How many classes will take in a day? Okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. Every week, one live session, and then you already get this. Let me show you that. You already get access to the library where we have more than 25 hours of content. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Kindly confirm, is the screen visible? Just say yes in the chat box. If the screen is visible, just say yes in the chat box. If the screen, if the, so 1999, we have no EMI option. That's the reason we have kept within my capacity very less. So money is not stopping you from entering into this in FFA family. Okay, those people, click those who have already in the process. Make sure when you come on this page, if you want to have a quick look, what are the courses? Say you will get a proper mobile application, Android and iOS too. I will share the links before we end this webinar. All those people who have Android and iOS, I will humble request, download the app. Correct? I will share the links. First, complete the process. Come on this page. When you click on this, you pay. But even before clicking, if you want to just quickly want to see, okay, let me see Surbhi's session. So the first is a foundation session. Strong base, how to build strong, almost 3 hours, followed by several education session by Surbhi. How to remove speech fillers, mastering wrong English, several techniques and methods. Then you say, oh, I want to see other Charu Yadav sessions. Then first is a foundation session on grammar, followed by several sessions. You use would have, could have, should have, all that grammar stuff. Then followed Karishma. First, a 3 hours of foundation session, followed by several other sessions on phraseology. Then followed by Sashikala madam, same, first 3 hours of foundation session, and then how to make it more classy. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you will get access to all this in just 1999, and that to lifetime access. But only if you're entering in 20 minutes. Let me answer the few questions, then I will start in the timer. What will be your role? That's a good question. Are they recorded or live? So again, understand, you get mobile application where you have all recorded, but you get every Wednesday live sessions from them. One trainer, every Wednesday live for 90 minutes for two purposes. One, clear your doubts. If you're really serious, write down your doubts throughout the week, make a small diary, write down your doubts, come clear your doubts. At the same time, additional knowledge. So 90 minutes. What is your role? See, my role here is, maybe I will tell my role towards the end, but my role as a student of communicator is helping you to realize that time has come to learn English if you really want to grow. So it's just not that I'm using whatever I'm learning in communication to raise awareness about public speaking or English. No. Now I have a team of almost 7 to 8 trainers who are in health. So soon we are launching a campaign where within my capacity, I will raise awareness about health, physical, mental health. Now I'm also building a team of trainers who are entrepreneurs. So within my capacity, I will raise awareness about why you should enter in entrepreneurship. So my role here is to help you to realize this, that if 1999 is not going to shake your financial stability, These 4 trainers, association with FFE, Fearless and Fluent English, will help you to learn this language. So my role is to help you to realize this. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, enough. I'm starting now. Okay. 20 minutes timer, please, Sherry. 20 minutes timer started exactly after 19 minutes, 53 seconds. The same link you will find 4999. Respecting those people at this point of time, 10:15. If you are spending life with me, you deserve this respect. So I'm giving you the discount on money also, the man-made piece of paper, the only species on the planet Earth who need this paper, even to deliver babies. So I understand the importance of money in your life, my life, but even though there are 4 trainers, every week live sessions, close private Facebook group, several activities we have and we are planning. Several activities which will make sure that you are engaged and you are practicing. Proper mobile application, send links. A link is already there. Link is already there in the chat. Proper mobile application with the chat module. You can watch Android, iOS. System is in place. The question is, no matter who you are, infancy stage of the career, middle of the career, top of the career, if you hesitate to speak in English, if you are not speaking in English the way you are speaking in your mother tongue, then join. Mobile app name, do not worry, I'm sharing the link of Android, iOS after some time. Before I leave, I will make sure that you are downloading the app and you are sending the request to me to join the closed private Facebook group. Okay. Meanwhile, only 18 minutes, 13 seconds left. Then I'm closing this. Sir, I'm a humble request if you have arranged a practice session within education of every live webinar. What do you mean by that? A humble request for you if you arrange a practice session with an education for every learner. Humble request if you arrange a practice session with an education for every learner. I have not understood. You have to kindly elaborate the question. There's no logic of answering it if I have not understood it. Okay, certificates will be available. Certificates will be available once you complete the course, right? But ladies and gentlemen, see, honestly speaking, someone asked me that, Praveen, whether certificates will be there or not. I'm not denying the importance of certificates, but honestly speaking, see, if you see that folder which we all make as a student, where we keep all the mark sheet and certificate. If you see that folder, in that folder, I had only one certificate. And that certificate is certificate of Kho. I remember in 7th standard or 8th standard, I participating in Kho. Only one certificate. But in last 3 years, ladies and gentlemen, when I became a student of communication, this is what I have earned. This is what I've earned. Now, I remember my mother, she coming to my office and she was saying, Praveen, I don't remember you earning any certificate in your life. What happened in last few years? How come in 3 years you have earned these certificates? No, not English. English is just a part of it. The reason why, because I've learned the importance of words, ladies and gentlemen. Importance of words. If you really genuinely learn how to harness the power of words in your life, which you can do at 3 places in your life, or 3 occasions, or 3 situations, or 3 scenarios. One, when you are speaking in front of public, that is public speaking. Second, when you speak one-to-one, your quality of relationship is all how you are using words and understanding others' words. And third, when you're speaking with yourself. Moment you learn how to harness the power of words, you will grow in your life. Language is very important, ladies and gentlemen, in speaking. I must tell you, all those people, certificate, I understand. I'm not denying. You start tomorrow, you become a trainer, you can issue certificate. I'm not denying the importance of certificate, by the way. I'm not dismissing the importance of certificate, by the way. I know certificates are important, especially for those who are just at the start of their career. But don't buy this for certificate. Buy this because you know that this is the country I have taken birth, unfortunately, fortunately, but I have to speak in this language to grow. I'm not going to visit this planet again. How much time we have, by the way? Uh, 15 minutes, then we are closing this session. I'm closing the discount too. Any doubts, any question? Lifetime, so lifetime access. Lifetime access only for 14 minutes, 49 seconds. Lifetime. The reason I give lifetime access, ladies and gentlemen, because of this. Because maybe you're busy at this point of time, get lifetime access. In case if you are here and you say, Praveen, I have flexibility of time. At the same time, I also have flexibility of money and I am not fluent in English. Still, I'm not entering. What do you mean by flexibility of money? You said, Praveen, 1999 is not going to shake my financial stability. It's not like that if I pay 1999, then I have to think that, oh, how I will pay my EMIs. Not like that, right? So if money is not your problem, and still if you're not buying, then I must tell you, if time is not your problem, because time should not be problem here, because I'm giving you mobile application, watch it at your own convenience. Oh, come on, if you're traveling, if you say you have 1 hour watching TV every day, watch the online courses at 24 hours, complete it. So don't tell me that you can't take 1 hour from your life to learn English, which is the #1 language which is required for your growth. So time should not be the issue, because it's a mobile based application, so you can watch it anytime. Wednesday 7 p.m. live, if you miss, do not worry, you will get the recording. So time should not be the issue here, right? And if money is the issue, I accept it. I'm still a son of an auto rickshaw driver, by the way. I know there are some people here who someone asked for EMI. I know some people here whose maybe per month salary is 2,000, 3,000 rupees. I'm not denying that fact. So if 1999 is shaking your financial stability, don't enter. I accept. But if it is not, and still you are not entering, then you are suffering from. And if you are not able to speak in English fluently, then you are suffering from one disease, which I'm still a patient of that disease, by the way. But the name of that disease there's a name to that disease. The name to that disease is, I will tell you, it's called chromatophobia. There's a name to that disease. It's called chromatophobia. And that chromatophobia stops us from taking the decision of investment. What do you mean by that? Fear of money. I'm the patient of that, by the way. No, I'm not different from you. Fear of money. It took me a lot of time to understand that where to invest, where not to invest. What are the symptoms of fear of people who are suffering from chromatophobia, by the way? Symptom is, imagine you are reaching the airport at 1:30 a.m. in the night. Hurry, who will take the hotel? Let's sleep here at the airport only. Morning, I will get fresh. Let's save money. Let's save. Yeah, if everything is arranged by the office, that's all okay. If I have to spend from my pocket, let's save money. I remember saving money on mango throughout my life. At the age of 37, 38, I remember buying Alfonso. At 50 rupees mangoes are available. Are you a fool to buy 600, 700 rupees Alfonso? Save money. I am the last person on the planet Earth to take a cab. Take a local. Save money. Or you will find me staying in Bizarre's hotel. Bizarre. Have you ever seen a hotel where in the bathroom above the shower there is a fan rotating? Save money. Compromise. Accept it. I'm not denying it. Accept it. Even I have that fear. And the reason behind my fear is, throughout the childhood, I've seen my parents hustling, struggling only for money. And throughout the child, that emotion, that negative emotion, that's how I see look towards money. But one thing I have realized, ladies and gentlemen, that save money, but invest money correctly. And when you invest money on certain skills, that will help you to earn more money. Enough that you don't lose offer like this, where the #1 skill, one of the best trainers, last 7 to 8 months, we have worked together, build the module. We are still working and I'm giving you lifetime access. So 1,999, if it is not shaking your financial stability and if still not buying, you're suffering from chromatophobia. I'm sorry to inform you that even I am, but despite of this disease, I know I want to invest on education, boss. And wherever I have reached in my life, 10 minutes, 8 seconds left, wherever I have reached in my life is because of my investment on various skills. Let me share the app link now. Those people who have already downloaded, let me share the app link. Make sure you're downloading the Android, iOS. I will instruct you how to do that. Then we will take it further from there. Those people who are in the process, you have only 9 minutes, 44 seconds. After that, the same link which I have already shared with you will have only 4,999, not 1,999. That too 1 year, not lifelong. Okay. I'm sharing the app link now in the chat. I'm sharing in the chat on YouTube too, at the same time on Zoom, and I will explain. See, the first link is the payment link. Let me put on all the platforms. Is there on YouTube too? Okay, let me okay, so here is the Android and Apple link, right? Sorry, iOS link. Now, listen very carefully, don't get confused. Those who have Android, just click on that link. Click on that link. Those who have Android app. Those who have iOS, click on iOS link. When you click on iOS link, you will need ORG code. When you download the app, you will need ORG code. ORG code is there. It's called WECRU. I repeat, when you will download the iOS app by the link which I've given to you, it will ask for enter the ORG code. Copy those who have already purchased. Copy, download the app, or copy this link, keep it in your browser in case if you're not downloading at this point of time. WECRU. Even if you are logging in on web, the web link is there. You say, Praveen, I don't want to log Android and this app and iOS and app. I want to watch on my laptop, web login. The login is there. Make sure you are using the ORG code when you are logging in. It will ask for the OTP. You put your mobile number, instantly you get the OTP. Put the OTP, ORG code, you are inside the portal. Now, those who have already done, I want you to do this. What? I want you to send the request to join Speak and Grow. It's not Speak and Grow. Join Fearless and Fluent community, Facebook community. How? I will show you. Where is the link to request? I will show you. Go here, listen very carefully. Go here, click on course content. Those who have after purchase, when you log in, go here, click on course content. You will find one FFE resource. Click on FFE resource. You will find in FFE resource, click on it. You will find one PDF file. If you are not a member of FFE, when you will click, it will come buy now, buy now, buy now. You can click on buy now. Or if you are already a member of FFE, already purchased, then it will open in this file, in this PDF. There are two links. One, join closed private Facebook group of Fearless and Fluent community. Click on the link. When you will click on the link, it will ask for the secret code. The code is there in the link, in the file. Right? It's clearly mentioned there. Do not worry. Second, make sure there is a Telegram group. Join the Telegram group. It is only invite only. Only people who are the member of FFE, they can join. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, in the app, there is a chat module. As soon as you buy, You become the member of one chat group. This chat has all the functions. Sometimes we keep it closed, sometimes we keep it open. We use this for various functions. Now we are soon launching a campaign or activity where you can use the audio module. So you can actually practice just by audio using the chat, using the mobile application. So within our capacity, we are using technology. Within our capacity, we are bringing the best trainers and the best content to help you to speak fearless and fluent. Clear? But the only thing is required, you taking a decision in 4 minutes, 51 seconds, if 1999 is not shaking your financial stability. Clear? Okay. Payment done. Thank you very much. All those people who have payment done. The way I have told you, download the app. I'm again sharing the link in the chat. Okay, let me share the entire link in the chat. First is the payment link. Okay, how much time we have, by the way? We have 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Take a decision in 4 minutes, 21 seconds. In case if you are stuck, facing any problem with the payment, keep trying, because sometimes when many people, they uh, try to make a payment, they sometimes there is error while making payment, but make sure you keep trying, by the way. Okay, by the way, who all are paying? There's one thing common in all those people who are paying. There is one thing common, all those who are paying, right? All those who are entering, all those people who have entered. What is that common thing? That one common thing is they are in this 10%. They have this special characteristic. They believe in this 10%. World is divided, according to me, 90 and 10%. It's very easy to identify. Who are this 90? Who are these 10% people? Take example, half marathon. A proper, organized, well-organized half marathon without timing chip and everything, right? Half marathon, most of the time, very common dream in half marathon is complete half marathon in less than 2 hours. It's called sub 2 hours. I remember I living this dream, and only once in my life I completed half marathon in less than 2 hours. It's called sub 2 hours. But if you critically observe the data of half marathon, because when you become a part of proper half marathon, you get all the data. If you critically observe, you will find only around 10% people they complete in less than 2 hours, 90% people 2.5, 3 hours. Who are these 10% people? Those who are entering today. Let me give one more example to put this in correct perspective. Imagine you go to a swimming pool. You will find only 10% people, they swim from one part of the swimming pool to another part of the swimming pool, and they're not breathless. They swim like a fish. Continuously, back to back, here, continuously. And 90% people from one part to another part, who are these 90% people? Who are these 10% people? 10% people are those special people, ladies and gentlemen, those who believe that, yes, if you want to learn one skill, you have to invest time, energy, money, resources. I took almost three months of proper course every month, every week rather, 5 kilometer, 8 kilometer, 12 kilometer. That is 25 kilometer in a week, 100 kilometer in a month running practice. Apart from that, food, stretching, nutrition, different. So someone sitting here feeling that, okay, I can speak in English fearlessly and fluently without even learning, you're living under illusion. Live as long as you want, but those who are entering are in 10% people. So fearless and fluent community, do we have time for this? 1 minute, 8 seconds for the last time. The links are there. After that, I'm preparing myself now to disable the discount. So give me 1 minute in case of anyone here. In the middle of the payment, just say I. If you are in the middle of the payment, just say I. Praveen, I'm in the middle of the payment. Stop. Otherwise, I'm disabling the discount. Just say I. So do it quickly. Do it quickly, sir. We have only 1 minute. I respect time, my time, your time also. Do it quickly. Last 23 seconds. Let me prepare let me disable it because I have to respect my time and your time too. At the same time, respect the decision of those people who have respected 20 minutes. Okay. Again, I'm requesting all those people, download the app, send the request. If you're writing the secret code, I will be accepting the secret code right now. Time is over. 1 minute. I will show you that also. Someone wrote, I forgot to show you that. 1 minute. Forgot to show you that. 1 minute. Someone said, Praveen, about that group. Let me show you that group, fearless and fluent. Anyone can send the request, but we accept request only when there is a secret code. But make sure that Facebook is not down today too. I remember when the last time Facebook was down, so many people could not able to send good morning, morning, early in the morning. Hey, come on, please give me a break. Okay. Slightly struggling with Facebook, but someone said, Praveen, about that group. I'm just showing that group to you. It's my responsibility to show you that. You can witness that struggle along with me rather than I alone struggling. You should also struggle along with me. Yep. Facebook is getting hanged, so do not worry. Uh, 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 there's something wrong with the Facebook. Send the request. I will from other device. I will accept it. Okay. I'm repeating. Facebook. Yeah, I'm repeating the instruction for everyone. But before that, I have to close the offer. So let me close the offer and I'm repeating the instruction. I'm repeating the instruction. Okay. Let me go to my and now the same link, ladies and gentlemen, which was showing the discount of 1,999. If you go to that link, it will show you the discount of 4,999. So very quickly, let me explain again. See, for the last time, then I will respectfully leave this webinar. When you log in, when you pay, you can log in, you can download the Android app and iOS app. You can go to the course content. In course content, there is something called FFE resource. Click on FFE resource. I repeat, let me go slightly slow. In course content, there's something called FFE resource. Click on FFE resource. There is a PDF file. If you are a member of Fearless and Fluent community, this PDF file will open. It means if you are a paid member, it will open. Otherwise, it will not open. If you click now, it will show you 4,999. Now, when you click here, it will open. In that, there is a link. Send request to close private Facebook group. The Facebook group link is there. Correct? Click on that link. When you will click on that link, it will ask for the code. How do I differentiate you from those who have not, those who are not members? The code. You write the code. We know that you have the code. Don't share that code with anyone. Another link in this FFE resource is Telegram group link. Telegram we use for sending notifications. When is the event? Several events with what we do with FFE. Watch this video too, just to understand how do you move forward in FFE. And if you are a part of my community, whether FFE or other community, you will meet me several times. Don't worry. I love to meet people. But with this, ladies and gentlemen, we have already taken 9 minutes extra, which is not correct. Public speaking is all about starting on time and finishing within the time. 9 minutes, 10 minutes is not correct. So with this, let me end this session. All those who have entered, if any problem, there is a chat module in the app. You can chat. Okay. But respectfully, I'm ending this session. All those people who have joined, thank you very much. Welcome to FFE. Those who have not joined, you must be having some genuine reason for that. I accept and acknowledge that too. With this, Premodaka signing out until we meet again. Thank you very much.